Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me on the CGS Biblecast today. I'm so glad that you're here. Man, I love a good plan, right? I remember we used to do these Christmas plays and these Easter productions, and still do them some. I've kind of scaled back a little bit on them, but but I love to make the list, and it had all the times, even down to the second of how long everything was going to take. And it was so satisfying when everything just clicked off perfectly as you were going along. Now, I've also had things really, really go wrong at the last minute, and it just really left a bad taste in my mouth. It threw me off for the whole event, and I just hated it. Maybe you've experienced last minute changes and they've messed up your whole day, or maybe, they just put you in a funk and you can't recover from it. Perhaps you had your heart set on something that you just knew must have been ordained by God, and then suddenly realized it wasn't going to be possible, and it would completely change the trajectory of where you thought your life was going. Such occurrences can be devastating. You feel as if the wind had been knocked out of you, your dream is lost, and you're left wondering what went wrong. You begin to question God's motives sometimes when you experience these things. Like, why isn't he allowing this to happen? This is something that's good, and this would be good for me, and it would help me grow closer to him. And you think, why don't you want this? What's important to remember, though, is that we can make plans, even if they seem like they're great for our relationship with God, but he determines our steps. Could it be that maybe he's using this disappointment for good? He can use everything for good, even if it's not good. He can still use it for good. Maybe he's using this to shape and mold your life and get you ready for what is even bigger than you imagine. And I recently had something like that happen to me. Why not? We'll just tell you. I'm ready to be transparent. But man, I had this building right on the corner. I really wanted it for the church. And I prayed and fasted and did everything I could. I wrote letters and did everything I could to try to make this happen. Went and talked to the other pastor, and man, I really, really expected this to happen, but it just wasn't in the cards. And Lord just, I guess, put a stop to it. And it is really discouraging. But, you got to remember, he makes the plans. He determines our steps. So let's look at this for scripture about this. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9 says, "We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps." He's the one doing it. Maybe our marriage engagement ends in a broken relationship where we lose out on what seemed like the career opportunity of a lifetime, or a scholarship to a school that you thought was going to change your whole life, but it falls through the cracks. Is it the end of all hope? Is this the end of everything that's going to be good for your life? It may feel like it for a minute, but absolutely not. God always has something better on the horizon for our lives. So when those moments arrive, what do? Start by placing, I'm going to say it again, your trust in God's plans over yours. Things fall short of our expectations from time to time, but when we place our trust in him, we will experience his best for our life and not just our own. We're going to be selling ourselves short if we just always stick to our plans and don't allow his plans to happen. So allow him to direct your course and discover a life full of possibility, hope, joy, like you've never even imagined. I'm hoping that for you. Praying for you this week and in the future for your life. Just got to trust him. Trust the process, trust the Lord, and he's going to make it all right. Have a good day.